Where the Mountain Meets the Moon, Chapter 48. The Goldfish Man shaded his eyes as he pushed his cart along the Jade River. Yes, he was almost there. How long had it been? 2 years, perhaps 3? Yes, the poor village of Fruitless Mountain should be ahead soon, he thought. But possibly he was mistaken. When he had been there last, the most striking characteristic of the landscape had been the Black Mountain, its shadow casting gloom upon the village. But there was no dark silhouette in the sky now. In fact, the landscape looked as if it were from a heavenly painting. A majestic green mountain sat in harmony with the deepening blue sky, the sun spreading its light for the last time before it set. Had he taken a wrong turn somewhere? As he gazed, two flying figures in the sky caught his eye, red and orange, a dragon and his mate frolicking amongst the clouds. Wait, dragons? The Goldfish Man shook his head in disbelief, rubbed his eyes, and looked again. Only the dimming sky and feathery clouds fanning the wind were above. I must have been imagining things, he thought. The Goldfish Man pushed onward. The water in the fish bowls rippled and waved as the fish gazed calmly. Their brilliant colors against the abundant green land glinted like gold and jade. As he entered the village, the Goldfish Man again began to doubt if he was in the right place. Smooth stone lined the roadway, and instead of the rough board houses, he remembered rich wooden doors. Some elaborately carved lined the street. As he pushed his cart down the narrow street, lively children dressed in gay colors flew toward him like a festival of silk kites. Goldfish! Goldfish! They cried. Ma! Pa! Can we get one? Parents walked over and smiled indulgently at their children, and by the time the sun disappeared, the Goldfish Man had sold out of his wares. Clearly, this was not the same poor village he had come to before, where only that one girl purchased a fish. But then he remembered hearing a story about how a family that lived by the Jade River had given the king of the city of bright moonlight the incredible gift of a dragon pearl, refusing any payment. In gratitude, the king presented the entire village with gifts of seeds and farming equipment that brought more prosperity than any reward of gold and jade. Maybe this was the place. Little one, the Goldfish Man asked a young girl dressed in a peony pink silk jacket and leaf green pantaloons. The last time I was here, the last time I came to the village of Fruitless Mountain, a child ran away from home. What happened to her? Ran away from here? The girl looked at him in disbelief, as if the idea was foreign. Then she nodded. Oh, you must mean Minli. That's when this used to be called the village of Fruitless Mountain. Now it's called the village of Fruitful Mountain. Yes, Minli, the Goldfish Man said. I think that was her name. What happened to her? She and her family live over there. The girl waved her arm. They built a courtyard in front and in back of their house. It's behind the gate with the pictures of the lucky children on the door. The Goldfish Man wheeled his empty cart to the indicated gate. On each half of the crimson doors hung a painting of a round-faced, laughing child dressed in brilliant red. Their pink cheeks and merry smiles made it impossible not to smile back, and as he grasped one of the metal door knockers shaped like a grinning lion head, he realized that the painting on the left was of a girl and the one on the right was of a boy. The door flew open as soon as he knocked, and the Goldfish Man was face to face with a woman he scarcely recognized. He recognized her even less than when she threw her arms around him like an old friend. You, she said to him, her face wrinkling in cheerful smiles. Come in, my husband will be happy to see you. The Goldfish Man, speechless with surprise, let himself be led through the gate doors. Was this the mother with angry eyes he had met in the woods long ago? Yes. This pleasant-faced woman, her plum-colored coat embroidered with flowering trees, was the same person. He shook his head in disbelief. As he glanced upward, he realized the courtyard was like a well for the sky. The stars and night seemed to flow into it endlessly. Was the courtyard built for just that purpose? He wondered. Light from the house streamed through the lattice-patterned doors, illuminating the enclosure like a lit lantern. There, the father was surrounded by visiting children whom the Goldfish Man recognized as his earlier customers. Some of the children were playing on the ground with clay toys of boys, buffalo, monkeys, and rabbits, while others were being served tea by the father. "This tea is a gift from our faraway friends," the father was saying as he handed a child a cup. "They call it Dragonwell." "Husband," the woman called. "Husband, look who is here." As he caught sight of the goldfish man, the father stopped in mid-sentence, and his face broke into a wide smile. "Ah," he cried, "dear friend!" And like the mother before, letting him bow politely, the father embraced him warmly. "Come," the father said, "have some tea. My wife will bring some cakes and snacks." The goldfish man finally found his voice. "I am glad to see you and your wife so happy and prosperous," he said. "I only stopped to see if, last time we met, how is your daughter?" "Minli," the father said, laughing, waving his hand toward the house. "She is in the back. She will be happy to see you too, but she will come out later. This is the time of night she likes to watch the moon." "She returned then?" the goldfish man asked. "I thought she would. What happened?" "Ah, my friend," Ba laughed again, "you have come at the right time. Why do you think these children are here?" "They come here every night because they want to hear the story again. The story of Minli's journey to and from Never-Ending Mountain. Come, sit. You can hear it for the first time." The goldfish man sat down willingly on a stone seat and found a fragrant cup of tea in his hand. The children clamored around Ba, each more excited than the last and eager for the story to begin. But as Ma went inside the house to get refreshments, she left the door wide open, and the goldfish man could not help peering in. He could see all the way through the house to the back courtyard, where the figure of a young girl sat on a bench, a small pond of fish at her feet. The moonlight washed over everything like a rich bath of gold and silver, making the fish shimmer like pearls and the girl glow with a magical glory reserved for the stars of heaven. But Minli was obviously unaware of all around her, lost in faraway dreams, for even in the misty light the goldfish man could see her smiling a secret smile up to the sky to where the mountain meets the moon. And that's the end of our book.